criminal justice, healing, education. Time to awaken the people.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are currently watching. My name is Holly Cisa. I am the founder / host of this love program called Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities. What is our goal? Is to awaken the community and get effective change. So before we get this episode started, because this will be a very deep one for me, just as a mother and as a fellow human being, let's get a few of our partners' commercials out of the way. Don't you guys like having some really good and awesome deals? And before I get that started, let me reiterate that Ganelle Crafts are currently on a brief hiatus and they will be returning in October for orders. So although you guys will see a commercial from Ganelle Crafts, they will not be accepting orders until this October. But let's take a look anyway.
Jeanette Sayers here from Imuna Soaps and Essentials. Just wanted to send out a reminder for all of you Morning Mimosa community members. If you go to my website and use promo code MM23, you will get a percentage off of your entire order. And my website is www.emunahsoaps.com. God bless.
Hey y'all, it's Auntie Harley, CEO, founder, and owner, lots of hats, of Ganelle Crafts. Speaking of hats, our signature product, the flower crown, can be found right at our Instagram page, Ganelle Crafts. But that's not even why we're here. I'm here today, number one, to give a shameless plug for these do-rags, because y'all been eating these up, okay? And number two, I'm giving another shameless plug. If you mention the amazing podcast, Morning Mimosas, shout out to the beautiful host, Holly, at your checkout, you get $10 off your full order. And we make some of everything, baby, not just do-rags and hats. So definitely come see us over at Ganelle Crafts. If we haven't made it already, if you send us an idea, we could probably make it for you. We adore you. We love you. From our family to yours, get you something handmade.
I just want to say thank you to some of Morning Mimosa's lovely partners. If you guys are in the Denver area, please utilize the services, the mental health services. You guys know I'm very, very big on that. Please make sure you're taking care of your mental health, because a lot of these stories and cases that I look into, mental health is a very core reason that a lot of unfortunate crimes take place. But before we get the episode started, once again, I want to give a huge shout out to our Morning Mimosas photographer, Miss Misha Gaines. She has a wonderful photography business out here in the Denver metro area. And here's just a little commercial of what she does. And please, if you're in the Denver area and you need some photographs taken, please contact her. Once again, thank you so much to Morning Mimosas partners and some of the partners that you guys don't see on here, but we work with many, many different people. So shout out to all of the amazing people that we partner with. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. So today's episode is about this young man here, Kendrick Johnson from Valdosta, Georgia. On January 11th, 2013, this young man was found rolled up in a mat at his high school, Lowndes High School. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize. There was, I believe, an assembly going on, and they say that someone looked down and they saw some feet hanging from a mat. And viewer discretion is advised. Let me go ahead and...
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I show you guys this image here. This is the young 17-year-old. This is how he was found. He was found in this mat that you guys see here on that winter of 2013. This whole case, from beginning to the end, was and still is very disgusting because it's been 11 years and no real justice has been done for this young man. Kendrick Johnson was born to Jackie and Kenneth Johnson on October 10th, 1995, in Georgia. So that's where him and his family were raised. He has a sister named Kenyatta. And from the research that I've done, he was a good kid. He played 3 different sports, and he just wanted to succeed. This is a picture of him, and he just wanted to succeed in sports. And, just taking a look at the different, photographs of this young man, he had the rest of his life ahead of him, and it was cut short at the very tender age of 17. Now, according to a few sources that I was looking into, they have different causes of this young man's death. Now, the first autopsy obviously was conducted by their medical examiner, and they deemed it accidental. Now, the family got a separate autopsy done for this young man, and the second autopsy revealed that he died of blunt force trauma. And for some reason, even when the FBI became involved in the case, they still deemed it an accident. My issue with that is I don't know how a person just falls into a mat like that. That's not plausible. And I will once again show you guys the young man rolled up in the mat. Like I said, viewer discretion is advised. It's just really disturbing how they treated the family and how he was found. It was really, really disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And it disgusts me. Sorry, guys. It just disgusts me that they really think that this young man fell into a mat and died. That story just does not seem plausible. Here is the footage again. This is the actual footage of Kendrick Johnson rolled up in the mat. I just don't understand how a person just dives into a mat. I know sometimes as humans we make human error and things happen, but if you guys are looking at the same photo that I'm looking at, I just don't see that as plausible. I just don't see how he just jumped in there and then just was stuck. I'm just very skeptical about the FBI and the local police that did this investigation. Now, as we get deeper into the story, obviously we're gonna bring up certain things, and I will discuss those certain things. One of them is Brian Bell. He was a classmate of Kendrick Johnson, and back in 2011, they had some kind of issues. And Mr. Bell here is also the son of an FBI agent. So, according to research that I've done, two of the boys had issues with Mr. Johnson were sons of FBI agents. And because of that, a lot of people think that the FBI and the local police covered up the story because two of the people that people suspect, and I'm going to use that word very lightly, that they suspect, put Kendrick in the mat were sons of FBI agents. So there is that huge theory that this was a cover up, to protect the boys because of their ties with the FBI. Now, my opinion of that is that could be very much true. We've seen corruption happen. We see corruption happen every single day. So that being a possibility it could be, Do I see that as a possibility? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and be like other people and be like, oh, that's just, speculation. Very much could be the case because, as you guys know, as being a minority, they love to cover stuff up that pertains to our cases. Trust me, with all the research that I've been doing, they love to do that. They like to get cases of what they deem the majority. They love to make sure that gets done, gets solved. But when it comes to minority cases, they make every single excuse in the book sometimes to make sure that we don't get justice. Not. I like to say there are good police forces. There are good FBI agents that do get justice for minorities. But the cases such as Kendrick's, where clearly there's foul play somewhere involved here. I just do not believe that this young man who was athletic, he played 3 sports. He was athletic. How would he just fall into a mat? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what happened to him. There is a cover up here, and I just want to go ahead and say shame on the FBI for coming to that accidental conclusion, and then shame on the Valdosta Police Department for deeming it an accident. This is definitely not an accident. Like, look at this young man. Look at this young man. I just want everybody to just take a look at this young man's face for a second. This was a beautiful young man. In the rest of his life, he had goals, aspirations to be bigger than the city that he was from. But because of, obviously there's racism, let's bring it up again. This is Brian Bell with the side-by with Kendrick Johnson. And, like I said earlier in the episode, his father is an FBI agent. The young man, the Caucasian young man, just have to go ahead and say that. Him having those ties, guys, like I say on the show, here on Morning Mimosas, we love all people. I love everyone. I see justice for everyone. But I specifically focus on cases pertaining to people like me and minorities because that's what I am. So to make sure I get that disclaimer out again. But we all have seen the white privilege, and obviously white privilege has taken its toll on this case because this family has not had any kind of justice. They're still fighting for justice till this day. Yeah, they got a settlement or whatever, but what about accountability? Putting the ones who harmed him in prison, because I will say this over and over and over and over and over and over again. Man was not. This was no accident. Blunt force, yes, blunt force trauma can happen. Fall off something, you break your neck. Yes, I'm not an idiot. I'm in school. I'm studying forensics. I know all of that, but it just does not look like he dove into the mat. I just don't see that being a thing. It doesn't look like. I just want you guys to please take a look at this picture. I just don't think that he just dove in there, especially as athletic as he was. He was a 17-year-old athletic young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like I said, it's absolutely just disgusting how this case was handled. This young man had the rest of had two parents that loved him. He had a family that loved him. His life was cut short while the people who expect, truly believe did this to him were are living their lives to the fullest capacity. You know, I was happy to read that in 2015, Brian Bell, one of the sons of the FBI agents, he got a scholarship stripped from him from, I believe, a Florida university during the investigation into Kendrick's death. So I was, happy to see like some of his privilege was taken from him, because Kendrick's not going to be able to, he's not going to be able to go to college. He's not going to be able to follow his dreams of being whatever athletic man he wanted to be as he got older. So I was really glad to see that he got that scholarship stripped from him, because Kendrick's not going to be able to do that, right? Guys, I'm telling you, this whole case is just very, very upsetting from beginning to the end. This was a really good kid. He didn't make no trouble. He just wanted to play sports, be a good kid, graduate high school, continue on with his athletic career, or wherever else life was going to take him. But that was cut short, and no one has gotten him justice. Guys, so we're going to go ahead and switch pace a little bit here. I'm going to show you guys surveillance video from, I believe, was it January 10th? This is the last time that he was seen. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the surveillance video from that day, because I want you guys to be able to see what I see. And it's just, once again, guys, this is all very, very heartbreaking, right? It's very heartbreaking. It's a lot, but let's give it a chance to load here. All right, we are here, guys. So it is about 43 seconds, but it just shows you just a little bit of what was going on January 10th of 2013. So this is the last bit of footage that we have. Mr. Johnson, and I apologize for the graininess of the video. I wish I had something more clear to show you guys, but let's go ahead and take a look. So, the footage of, I guess, his last days here on this earth, because as you guys know, the next day he would be found deceased. Guys, this, like I said, this is a really, really tough one to look into because, you know, and so the family's been on a quest for justice for him for 11 plus years. You know, I think the FBI got into the case, 2016? And then, you know, they kept looking into it and then they deemed it an accident again. It's disgusting. Disgusting what they did to this young man here. Unforgivable. He had the rest of his life. And I'm tired of people getting away with stuff, guys. That's why this program exists. To give voices to people like Kendrick who can't speak anymore. And to seek justice for his family who miss him and love him dearly. Guys, I'm telling you, this case was sad. It continues to be sad because no one has paid for what happened to Kendrick. No one's paid for it. But I will go ahead and say this one last time. Shame. Shame on the Valdosta police and shame on the FBI for coming to an accidental conclusion. You guys need to reopen this case and give Kendrick the justice that he should have gotten 11 years ago. That's why I became a criminal justice student, to make a change in the system. So this doesn't happen to another young man or another young woman again. Dying for nothing and no justice being brought to you. This can't continue to happen. To the Johnson family, I'm sorry to endure so much pain. And I'm so sorry that you guys never got justice for him. And once again, to the Valdosta police and to the FBI who handled this case, shame on you. Shame on you for not getting justice for that young man. Alive. And may karma happen to everybody who did not get justice for him. Kendrick Johnson, I'm so sorry that you lost your life in this manner. Truly am. I will continue to fight for you alongside your family. And Johnson, and we love you. And we're once again so sorry that this happened to Kendrick. Rest in peace. Rest in love. Sleep in peace. Kendrick Johnson. Guys, as you guys know, this is where we awaken the Black and minority communities by valuing justice, truth, healing, and educating. Until next time, thank you guys for watching.